10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What a time to be alive!
Rambling Wreck from Georgia Tech and a hell of an engineer. A hell of an engineer. I drink to all the good fellows who come from far and near. I'm a rambling wreck from Georgia Tech and a hell of an engineer. It is a player's perspective, dog! The show is live, baby, right here in front of you. Strike up the band. Share. Let the people know that GT Sports Talk is on. It is Thursday night. It is also the night before game day, baby. It's a short weekend.
Short week.
Hey, welcome y'all. Come on in and for another episode of A Player's Perspective. So happy to have y'all. Come on in and have a seat. We're going to get some talk going on tonight and have a great time. I'm sitting here with my co-host, All-American Ken Swellen. What's up, K Solo?
I'm well. How are you, sir?
I'm doing just fine, man. Just a little sleepy, just a little tired. Don't have much energy. I'm sure you can tell.
Sleepy?
Yeah.
You ain't got time to sleep, man.
Man, I have no time to sleep, brother. I'm telling you, I don't. You know, Ken, I'm suffering from this sciatic pain.
Okay.
So it's been like, you know.
Oh, here we go.
It's been like seven
Chronicles
weeks.
of an Old Man. Part 6.
It's been as the sciatic nerve pains. 7 weeks and going, brother.
Well, okay, I'll ask you this. And,
Yes, sir. Yes,
you know,
sir.
I understand.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready.
You sure?
I think I'm ready.
Have you gone to the doctor yet?
I have gone to the doctor.
Woo!
Yes, I have gone to the doctor. And they ain't done nothing for me, man. So, I mean, you know, I ain't going to sit there and just take pain medication. But I got some things coming up, though.
Okay.
I got something that's going to come up, and I think it's time for me to go ahead and take care of it.
Okay.
And I think we'll be able to, you know, kind of relieve myself. But, you know, it was going down.
Yes.
So I thought it was going away.
Okay.
And then all of a sudden it changed.
Oh, and you changed.
I changed. I became 51 plus.
There you go.
What's going on, folks? Come on in. It's glad to have y'all. This is game week, and after
Lord.
a off week, and again, our Yellow Jackets are going to take the stage on a Friday night.
National.
Under the lights, baby.
At Bobby Dodd, man.
Espen is covering it. Huh?
You know, for all that it's worth, man.
Yeah.
You can't get no better than that.
You
man.
really can't, brother.
I'm telling you right now, the backdrop of the city, Tommy.
Man. I mean even Magic City pauses. And they turn the TV on and they get ready for game day.
They get ready for game day. I
Yes,
mean,
they do.
It's something. I mean, we had one experience as far as that is concerned, as far as playing at night.
Right. Okay, gotcha. I had to clarify that
had
one.
to clarify this. As far as playing at night, but it was, you know, that was the Virginia game.
Yeah.
Jimmy Lincoln went over 200.
Ooh,
you know
Link.
It was his freshman year.
Yes,
he
it was.
doing his thing.
Yes, it was.
And the one thing I do remember about that game is, of course, I didn't play. I was hurt, and I was on the sideline. But I remember Bobby Rod. The first play, y'all called like one of those.
It was an option pass.
Option pass.
Yep, veer option pass. That's it.
B Rod went and got that.
Woo, got it, boy. Pointed to all the folks back on Staten Island. Let them know. Shout out to Bobby Rodriguez.
Yes,
B-Rod, old number 3.
There you go.
Number 3 used to go get that thing.
Get it, man.
We're going to have number 3 come on the show and talk to us and everything else. So, hey, if Bobby Rod is on, hey, what's up, brother? If one of the brothers know his number, call him, tell him to get on here. All right, but we're going to get him on it. But, Ken, we were just talking about some stuff too, man, and this is 30 years from our national championship in 1990.
Man, it don't seem like it, but it's been 30 years.
It's been 30 years, Ken, since we were out there suited up right now.
Right.
playing football.
Yes.
So from that time, 30 years has gone by.
Yes.
30 of them. We were only 18, 19, 20,
Well,
21 when we were playing.
I was 20 at that moment.
So you hadn't even made it to 30 years then.
Man.
But since then,
Yes, 30 years has eclipsed. And I feel every last one of them. I feel every last one of them. I feel every last one of them.
brother, it is something else. I mean, a lot of people will tell you, you're in your 20s, you're invincible. You're in your 30s, you think you know something.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a time when you start realizing that your parents were not crazy
Yeah,
and that they did know some things.
they did know something.
40 is the time when you wake up and for no apparent reason, something starts hurting.
Yeah, and then you have those moments between 35 and 40. I don't know why we're talking about this tonight, but this is going to help somebody.
It's important. It's important.
This is going to help somebody. Between 35 and 40,
Yes.
for some fool reason,
Some full reason.
you get in your mind that you could still do something that you
What
could do
is
when
it?
you were
What
when
is
you
it
were like
about that?
29 or 30.
Oh my gosh.
And you try it, and the next thing you know, you're in a sling. You're in a in I don't know. You messed up. You messed up.
Shout out to my ex-neighbor and my boy. I'm not even going to tell his name because he was embarrassed about that day. But I'm telling you, out there playing a little basketball. And, I play the old man basketball, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the ball comes my way, I'm going to jump 2 inches.
Jump.
That's about it. I'm going to jump maybe 2 inches. My toe will come up 2 inches. That's all that is.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
But if it's higher than that, brother, I'm doing this. Right?
There you go.
I'm just trying to wave it down, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he got in the game, man. And next thing you know, the ball came my way, and somebody done just jumped straight up in the air to get that rebound. And all you heard was pretty much that. You heard,
Wow.
and there goes that Achilles.
That is. That
And
is.
he was so upset
Yeah.
because he had done the same thing about 20 years ago for the other Achilles.
Wow.
So he was really mad. And you hate that, man. All you want to do is just come out and just play, have a good time. And now you got to go through rehab for the next 6, 7, 8 months. That's something that you just hate it. You got to be smarter, though.
Got to be smarter.
Woo! Well, today's show is brought to you by the Covington Agency, baby. We specialize in all of your needs, empowering communities worldwide, but specifically right here in the metropolitan Atlanta area. Looking out for all my folks, taking care of them. Give us a call at 404-596-3951. Take care of all of your insurance needs. Got a question? Let us talk about it. Let us begin, because knowledge is power, kid.
Yes.
But that know-how of how to get you there,
Yes.
that's key.
Yes.
So we got to make it happen. We also have a business spotlight today with Miss Vita Wood. A lot of you may know her out there. A powerful real estate agent right here in the Marietta, metropolitan area also out here, but Marietta, Powder Springs, all up in that area, doing her thing. And she's going to come on the show later on about 8:20, tell us about what's going on in the real estate world. She got more letters behind her name, King, than A.
Okay.
Than A.
Then A.
Than
Okay.
A.
Okay.
She got more letters
got-
behind her name than A.
Well, that's good.
That's what I'm talking
that's
about.
good. That's
So, hey, you're going to need some real estate stuff. You need to call my girl, Vita Woods, at RE/MAX of Atlanta. But we'll talk about that a little bit later, too. But, brother, we were just talking about some things, and, and we get into all of these things and stats and all this kind of stuff about this game, but it really is coming down to really the most simplest and most simplistic ideology every week.
Yeah.
Is that it's about us,
It's about us.
and we got to get some things figured out.
Well, yeah, for number one, you've got to, offensively, I think you've got to establish identity. Well, as a team, you've got to establish identity, period. I think we're going in the right direction. We're trending in the right direction. We just can't turn the ball over, can't do things of that nature. And hopefully this week off can kind of settle and reset the guys, and Jeff can be a little bit more poised. Even more poised than he is.
Yeah.
I still have a hard time believing that he's only a freshman, and how and
Well, I don't know, Ken. The last couple of weeks kind of showed a little bit.
I mean, I'm saying as far as with the flashes that he had. The flashes don't look freshman like.
Right.
But the mistakes they do look like a freshman. They do look like a freshman. So, and if we can get more other flashes, than we do the mistakes, then I think we'll be just fine. And I think defensively, I think they have to establish another some kind of identity defensively because I don't mind losing all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I can
think about what you just said.
I know. I don't like to lose. That's why I'm saying it.
Okay.
But it's the way you lose.
Yeah.
And over the last 2 or 3 weeks, first game I saw a lot of hustle on defense, saw a lot of getting after it.
Mm-hmm.
These last 2 games,
mm-hmm.
something has happened to the hustle.
Something
has happened to the want to. Something has happened to the effort and enthusiasm that is needed, to play football, to play defensive football and a style of defensive football that is relentless and supposed to be representative of what we want to be at Georgia Tech. And right now, I'm not seeing that. And I know we've got some injuries in key places and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll get some people come back this week.
Yep.
And everything will be fine, and what they say, right as rain.
Mm-hmm.
But, coaches can coach, but you can't coach effort.
No, you sure can't.
You know what I'm saying?
You sure that want to.
That want to has got to be inside of somebody.
Got to be inside
It's got to be. That's got to be just what you want to do and what you're going to do to get there. Now, coach can put you in a position to make a play,
right?
But you still got to make it.
Jordan Dominic was talking about that a little bit, and I was kind of surprised to hear him say that because, it really kind of supports what we've been talking about. That whole mental attitude going in from game to game, the whole adage in the past of allowing one game to turn into 2 games or one loss to turn into 2 losses.
Right.
That whole idea of not being prepared to go on the road mentally to take care of a game against a team that you should beat, and to just go in there and just totally dominate that game and get up out of there, but you play down to the level. Those are the things that, as Coach talks about as changing that culture, are some of the things that we definitely have to get rid of. And for these guys and how hard they work, you have to understand that you work so hard so that you can show the results on Saturday.
Right.
On game day.
Right.
This case, Friday night.
Yeah.
But don't get caught up in then forgetting about that, and then you got to look back and say, oh, well, I should have. Every game, you got to lay it out on the field.
You got to lay it on the field. Number one, as we always say, Tommy, you don't know when it's going to be your last moment.
You sure don't.
You don't know when it's going to be. And we as former players can look back and see the last moment.
Right.
And say to ourselves, dog, I wish I had
I wish I had done a woulda.
Yeah, you're trying to teach these young people, hey, give everything you got because, hey, this don't last long, baby.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
And some of y'all, you're not going anywhere else.
That's it.
This might be it. But however, if you do good here, you could step on another stage.
You can. And my high school coach told me when he gave me a big old hug and said goodbye and sent me on down here, Tommy, make sure you let them know you can long snap.
Mm-hmm.
How many times I long snap at Georgia Tech?
Man, I don't remember, man. I remember you might have done it over on the side in a moment of desperation or whatever.
I was a heck of a long snapper.
You could have been in the league 14 years.
Well, that's my point.
Yeah.
That is exactly my point.
You didn't have to play tight end no more.
You didn't have to. But see, sometimes in your mind you want to.
Yeah.
And that's what you see yourself doing. And then you get a little big time and, I don't really need to do special teams or something like that. But it's the long haul that you have to look at. You have to look beyond the moment and understand what the repercussions are.
Well, it's hard when you're 18, 19,
It
20
is. It
to
is.
see that because we don't. I mean, when we were 20 years old, we didn't see 50.
But they got
You know.
they got K Solo and T Cub right here on a player's perspective, laying it out for them.
Hey, they won't even listen to their mom and daddy. You think they gonna listen to?
Yes, they gonna listen to us. Yes, they are.
Okay.
And if they haven't done it before, they gonna do it tonight.
Okay,
They're
all
gonna
right.
start tonight because all they got to do is look back over our old shows and hear what we have said right here.
Yeah,
And if doggone it, it didn't come true.
yeah, you're right.
Okay.
I mean, but that's something about, as we always talk about. With the name of the show is a player's perspective.
It's a player's perspective, not a
So,
coach's
yeah,
perspective.
so, you know.
not a fan's
Right.
perspective.
So yeah.
Not your mama and daddy's perspective.
I can talk to, and we can talk to things that players think, and the mentality and the mindset sometimes that goes into it. And being young, when we were young, it was just, we were in the city, and
Yeah.
it was good time, and
Yeah.
then all of a sudden we got decent, or we
Yeah.
got good,
Yeah.
and we started winning ball games, and then it became a real good time.
And then it became a real good time. I mean, truth be told, though, Ken, we went 2-9 in '87. We went 3-8
Right.
in
Yeah,
'88.
88. Mm-hmm.
But there was no reason to be 2-9 and 3-8.
No.
We weren't that bad.
Mm-mm. We were always defensively. When I look back at certain games, we were always in the mix.
In the mix, especially in the
Oh,
first half.
In the first half,
We were right there.
But the thing about it, and this is what I hope that stays away from this team,
Yeah.
that you start finding ways to lose
lose ball games. That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Just because we've had a rough start, okay, let's right the ship, let's get it together, let's go and let's start winning. But you want to build a culture, and that's why we talk about each week. What did we do last week? What did we learn from last week? Let's build on that, and let's go to the next week.
Yeah.
Let's not have these steps back like we've had over the last 2 weeks.
Exactly.
Now you've had it, like I said before, you had a chance to reset, and maybe now we can start afresh, start anew, get a winnable ball game, because I think this is one of the games that we have circled that I think that Georgia Tech can play well, and if they play well,
Right.
can win.
And it's more evident today
Right,
because of what we've seen.
right.
Louisville is struggling right now to figure out who they are
Right.
because they thought they knew.
Right.
At the end of the year last year, they thought they knew exactly where they were and where they're going.
Right.
And unfortunately, what happens is that it's a little bit tougher than that, right? It's a little bit more than just believe or just rolling the ball out there and saying, oh, well, what we did last year is just going to automatically happen this year.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they're learning right
Right.
now.
Right.
Now, they just had an off week like we just had an off week.
Right.
So a lot of that is being discussed.
Right.
Coach Satterfield is a very good coach, and he's going to be having them mentally prepared. But they are coming to our place.
Right.
Coach Danny Smith said nobody wins at home.
At home. That's it.
At the Georgia Tech Bobby Dodd Stadium.
There you go.
We win at
We
home.
win at home.
So first of all, out of anything that they need to do, is listen to me. I said, put the book down and listen to me, because I know y'all peeking in on this right now. First idea that you do right now, no matter what happens, you don't lose at home.
Yeah.
Period.
I agree.
Now, when we were going through that and everything else, and then Balk started the graveyard, right? On the board, he started the graveyard to start letting them know who we gonna be picking off.
Yeah.
But Coach Danny Smith, I know some of y'all remember him, maybe you don't, but an awesome running back coach.
Yeah.
Okay, he right now is with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
Okay, shout out to Coach Smith. But awesome coach, chewed a whole pack and a half of gum
Every day.
every day. His jaw stuck out like that. Okay, doing his thing. But he'd always see all of our coaches understood situations.
Yeah.
They always understood how to break down this game called football into very small, minute pieces,
Yeah.
like that gum,
Right.
to where you can just chew on that thing. And the one thing you have to do as a mentality to get yourself up, to get you knowing what's on the line, what's going on, and what's happening, is that we don't lose at home.
Right.
So Tech's got to start that this week.
There you go. And that's a very, very possible and a good thing for Tech to have that mentality this week. And, I know we still in the rebuild. We've only had 2 recruiting classes, and I get it, and I understand that. But we already got one bumper coach, one bumper sticker coach in town. I don't need 2. I don't need 2. I don't need Coach Collins just to be he's a great motivator. He's a great this.
Exactly.
He's a great that.
Right.
We need to kind of short this thing up and stop the bleeding. Get some wins.
Put the nail in the coffin on the L side.
There you go.
And then let's open this thing up on that W side.
There you go. And that's what's got to happen. I really believe, and I'm still excited. I was talking to a fan today, and he was like, man, he said I went to the game against UCF, and he was like, man, even though I know we lost the game and I understood it, he said, but what I saw, I liked what I saw.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And I was like, and we talked about it, 10 minutes left to go in the ball game, you're down by 7 points.
to what are they now? Like the number 6 team in the country?
Yeah, it's somewhere right around in there.
Right around there? Yeah. Okay. But,
until they add everybody in, until they add the Big Ten back in.
Exactly. Now I know they were in trouble the other night against Tulsa.
And they lost.
Did they lose to Tulsa?
They lost to Tulsa.
Okay, well they're not number 6 then. Okay, so So what I'm saying is that maybe this is Tulsa. Yeah, I don't know. But all I know is that mentality of coming into a game and how you attack it and what you need to do, that whole thing starts with your attitude.
Yeah.
Now, Tulsa plays them every year. They're in the same conference and all that kind of stuff. So they kind of understand that. But what we've got to start doing on the flats is that, or this, let me back up because there was a point that you actually made with that. We aren't supposed to be great this year.
Yeah.
We're still supposed to be rebuilding.
Right.
But if you just happen to have the personnel to get it done,
why not?
Why not? Why not?
Exactly.
And to me, you do.
Yeah.
To me, you do. Okay. Yeah. Now, and not the world beaters and all that kind of stuff, but the smarts on the defense just have to start getting into how to anticipate, how to get there, how to read, how to know when something's about to come and know where it's going so that you can meet them there.
Yeah.
Okay, on offense, a little bit more poise, composure, understanding how to take it play by play, dominate the guy in front of you, and help your man next to you so far as communication, okay, understanding your plays and your disciplines.
Yes.
That's all you got to do. I don't jump off sides.
And protect the ball.
Just protect that ball. and if anything, that they can remember that from right now, take this ball, go down the field, put it in the end zone. And the one thing you will not do along the way is forget you've got that ball.
There you go. There you go.
I can get 2 more yards, but I might lose this ball, so let me just go on and get down. Okay? I'll get it the next play.
Yeah.
Okay? But just little things in situations. It's 3rd down and 6. You run your route at 5 yards. That's not a mentally prepared person.
Yeah.
You got to get to 6 yards so that you get the first down.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's going to be those things that you have to understand and where you are. What part of the game are we in? 1st and 10, 2nd and 5, 3rd and 15, 4th down and 2. What is the situation? Right? And those are the things that you got to get in your mind and in your spirit that I'm going to dominate every time that happens.
Right, right.
Pitch and catch.
And I believe, I would want to believe that situational football is being coached because, I can't.
What up, Jacob?
I really don't think anybody or can remember any time that I played football after, even high school. My coach was a great situational kind of guy.
Ooh.
And that's kind of where I learned it from.
Okay.
But once I got to college, it was like, that was everything.
That was everything. Everything.
That was everything. So when I watch film on 1st and 10.
Yeah.
2nd and 10 or 2nd and long, whatever it was, what they like to do on all these different downs.
Right.
So that when you line up on Saturday or whenever you're lining up Friday night, that when you see a formation on 1st down and it's 1st and 10, you see the formation, you say, okay, they're getting ready to do this.
They're getting ready. That's it.
They're getting ready. It's 3rd and 2. What do they like to do in 3rd and 2 situations?
Exactly.
From run to pass to air, all that good stuff. So those are things. And all that stuff that we're talking about really does take time.
It does.
To learn, and I understand that you're in a you're in a COVID situation. Number one, you're in school. Number
Right.
two, so you don't have a whole lot of different time. But this stuff is so accessible to them now. They got the Mac Pros and all this stuff that they can.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, if you're looking at it from the perspective of academics, right,
Yeah.
or the maturity of a child,
Right.
they got so much that's thrown at them today because there's so many media outlets, right?
Right.
To where they can get some. I was talking to my wife about that the other day. You go all the way back to Little House on the Prairie, they ain't got nothing but each other.
That's all they had.
Where you learning
Oh
that
my
from?
God, we need to go back. We need to go back. We need to go back.
Simple
I was
time.
watching Little House on the Prairie the other day. Tears came in my eyes. Little Laura and them children was running around. I said, "Oh my God, we need to go back. We need to go back."
But it was a simple time, and you learn nature from a dog or from a bird or from the interaction of two animals, or just the anticipation of waiting for people to come into your life during the holidays to just impart wisdom or something. Now kids are just picking up a phone or a tablet and they're seeing the world and they're getting all this stuff. But they're getting a lot of stuff, but are you getting information?
Oh, and is it sticking?
And is it sticking?
Is it sticking? You're right about that.
And that's
You're
the
right about
thing that you got to look at from every single one of these kids that's going on. I'm watching film. We were talking about this, I think, last week too. Okay, you're watching film, but do you know what you're watching?
Right.
Do you know how to watch it?
Yeah.
Right? You putting
That is the key, and that's the difference between a Jimmy and a Joe and a real good ball player.
exactly.
So you can be a good ball player or you can be a great ball player. Guys that watch film all the time,
Yeah.
most of the time they are great ball players.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I had to learn that when I got to Georgia Tech, because when in high school you watched the ball.
Yeah.
You didn't really learn
Right.
what you were watching. You just watched film, and I would sit there with my coach, and he would sit there and click it back and forth, click
Right.
it back and forth,
Right.
click it back and forth, click it
Right.
back and forth, and you're like, okay, but I was like, what is he watching?
Right.
But he was seeing everything.
Everything.
And I credit Coach Prefer with a lot of stuff that I learned.
Shout out to Coach
Yeah,
Preef.
Coach Chuck. Kenny, you got to get on that. You got to get on that. So he would like, Swilling, how much film are you watching? How much film are you watching?
Right.
And and he's like, come by my office. I got something I
Right.
want to show you. He always had something he wanted to show me.
Yeah.
In the office. So I started doing it, and then the next thing I know, I started lugging this projector around, and I had a projector set up in my room.
Okay.
And I was able to watch film
Right.
in the room, and that was crazy, reel to reel.
Real to real film, dog.
Yeah, and you're trying to figure out what the world is going on, what the world is happening, but.
And then Beta.
Yeah,
Beta
and
was,
then Beta came, and we were like, "Oh my God, yo, we in there,
And
we
that
in there."
lasted, but that minute.
That minute,
And then it went to VHS, all that
VHS
stuff.
and all that good stuff.
But yeah, man, it's just an attitude of understanding of what we need to do and how you need to do it, and you understand that sometimes in certain situations that people don't know half of what you think they know,
yeah,
and that's the scary part.
yeah,
Because when you think everybody's on this level, sometimes somebody reveals to you that they weren't quite there.
yeah,
And everybody, all 115 of you, have to understand that, at any one time, even when you're on the sideline. See, and that's the thing I don't know, because, we're not there, we're not right there and it. But that whole communication piece. You remember when we had the corner blitzes the last couple of games?
Yeah.
And you and I were talking about that. I don't know if the receiver is yelling hot, 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 hot. That was our call. You're yelling hot to let the quarterback know pressure is coming. Then you've got a tackle that not only is setting up and looking at what his responsibilities are in front of him, but in his peripheral vision can see a guy come up, and then he can yell something.
right,
He knows I yell hot, so he gonna yell hot, hot, hot. So these are things that that to me, it eliminates a quarterback standing there and getting blown up.
yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Because it's like, oh, well, he didn't see him coming. Well, he can't see everywhere, but his teammate was supposed to let him know that it was coming.
Right.
So I don't know if this stuff is in place. I don't know if these kind of things are done, but you assume that they are.
You have to assume they are, just for the simple fact that you're trying to give people the benefit of the doubt.
The benefit of the doubt. I mean, you would think that the coach
think
would
that,
know that stuff, right?
That stuff is being taught, being passed on, and all that
Exactly.
good stuff. You hope so, and like I said, they got a good little war going on our feed. But we want to see the field goal kicking, of course, happen in a little bit more timely fashion.
That baffles me.
I dare to use the word piss poor, but there it is. I said it.
But on the college level, all you do is kick.
Yeah.
That's all you do.
Yeah, that's it.
That's all you do. So, and then as you can see with these kicks, low trajectory, they're not getting the ball up in the air.
Right.
And what they got to do is shake it off.
Yeah.
And right now, because of course, once it's all up in your head, then you're done as a kicker.
Well, as a kicker, yeah, that's it. They're very fragile beings.
Yeah, you can't do that. But listening to a player's perspective that they are right now,
right?
Know that we're in your corner and just kick like you've been kicking.
Right.
Just get the ball up and get it through.
And those guys that are up front, hey, hold your point of attack.
Yeah.
Don't allow people to come and bull rush you and knock you back into the kicker,
right,
and all that good stuff.
Exactly.
And coach kind of explained it away in the first week or so, saying that that was a period that you realize because of COVID that was people standing too close together for a long length of time. Yeah, but
well,
but
that's a coach that got your back.
You got your guys back, and I understand all that. You're gonna take all the heat.
Yeah.
You're gonna take all the rap. Get it fixed.
Right.
That's something that's got to be.
As soon as we get behind closed doors, it's like you don't get your together right now and kick the doggone ball up and through.
Yeah. You got to get those things fixed. I mean, you got to get the mistakes as far as what Jeff is seeing and all that stuff.
Yeah.
All that stuff. This week should have been a week where we could get back to basics and kind of rectify those things.
That's right. That's right. And that's usually what an off week is all about. Extra time, extra study, more focus.
Yeah. And finding more ways to get Amari Brown more involved in offense.
Oh, my gosh.
Finding more ways.
Where is Amari Brown? Where could he be? Now, the only thing I can say is that, and I got this gut feeling that okay, let me put it this way. He's a deep threat.
Yeah.
So he's running a lot of deep patterns.
Yeah.
But before he can finish his route, we got too much pressure in our face.
Well, yeah. If you want to look at it that way.
I can look at it that way. That's one of the ways I can look at it.
You got to find other ways to get him the ball. He's not just a deep threat. He is a threat when he's got the ball in his hand.
Right.
So you've got to find other ways at the short, intermediate, the crossing routes, the shallow crosses, all that stuff.
Some little quick.
Something got to be quick to get the ball in his hand.
Just get
so
it in his
so
hand.
he can do what he do.
That's all I want.
He has to have the ball in his hand more, and of course, Jahmyr Gibbs is he's that guy.
He is that guy.
He's that guy. So you got to get those two playmakers. Got to have the ball in their hand.
Well, what we know about Jahmyr right now is that we can count on him.
Yeah.
So as a player for right now, just continue to get better. Keep doing what you're doing, and every time we call your number, just produce. Like you've been doing.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing I want some of the guys to do, Marion Brown, Malachi Carter, those kind of guys.
Yeah.
Stop showing me your frustration.
Yeah.
When you're in a route and you're out there and you don't get the ball or the ball hasn't been thrown quite right, don't give me all that body language.
Right.
I don't want to hear all that. Because I'm going to tell you, from experience, what that means is that you're going to end up taking a play off.
Pretty much because you think the ball ain't coming to me.
The ball ain't coming to me. And then all of a sudden the ball's coming to you. It goes beyond you about 2 steps.
Right.
But if you have been running full speed from the beginning, that's touchdown.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's just from that experience. And if you want to know, okay, tailback in high school, wide receiver, and started at Tech as a wide receiver. So if you want to say, he a tight end, he don't know. I okay, and I know this game. And then, of course, as a tight end, we know everything. but but it's just one of those things that you got to understand is that, I don't want to see that because that's not, one, encouraging to your quarterback or to someone else, but it also is going to affect your play in the long term.
Right.
And I don't want that to happen because right now I think we have a better wide receiver core than it's being shown on paper right now. Mm-hmm. We got a better quarterback than them that's being shown on paper right now. We got a better offense than what's being shown on there. And we got a better defense. Yeah. And we got a better special teams.
Yeah. I mean, I think maybe you're right in some ways. I think defensively, I think they can be better. Mm-hmm. I just think, as I said before, I haven't seen that all-out relentless effort that I anticipated when Coach Collins first came.
Yeah.
And you see flashes of it in moments of the ball game, but then all of a sudden and I understand that you don't have all you guys yet.
Right.
But as I said before, effort and enthusiasm, that's all I need. On the defense side of the ball, I need guys getting to the ball.
Absolutely.
There's nothing wrong. I mean, I didn't make that play, or I missed him, but I'm gonna be in on the tackle.
I'm gonna be on the tackle.
And if everybody does their job, you don't have that situation. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of times, they talked about Jordan Dominic talked about it earlier this week, talked about everybody beginning to hold each other accountable. Mm-hmm. And I understand it. I get that.
Right. But
we don't want to get into that session of where everybody's pointing fingers.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't even try that.
Right.
Don't even try that. Right now, you guys are too good for that. You guys had a couple of bad games. That's it. Now you can correct that.
You can correct it.
You can correct that. Now, chances are, for where we are this year, personnel-wise and everything else, that too is probably not going to remain just 2 losses, okay? Mm-hmm. But if you do apply yourself and get better, do the things that you need to do, be smart, educate yourself better than the other man, you can make that number 2 stick and make that number 1 grow.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
And you can get there and you can shock some people. You can turn some heads. It's happening all the time.
Yep.
And why not you? Don't be the highlight reel for somebody else. Make them the highlight reel for us.
Yeah.
And so that's the ideal mindset that right now these cats have got to get there. They got to get it.
Right.
They got to get it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like we told about, we ain't trying to go get nothing. We need to got it today.
Today, you're right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right, you're right.
So it's funny. Jack Coco, tight end, he's filling the gaps. He's been doing well. I think we're getting the tight ends back. The Dillons are back this week. Billy Ward, that kind of thing has been helping out. But for a couple of freshman mistakes with that too. But we're looking for that team to come out. Now, Antonius Clayton had his first game. Came out there, did a little bit, got a chance to knock a little rust off. But as I see it, he's a good complement to others.
Right.
He ain't the one-all, the be-all. But when he actually has others doing what they need to do, he can make some noise.
He can be a problem.
He can definitely be a problem.
He can definitely be a problem and be a handful. And out of the guys that you have on the end and on the line, he definitely could be a guy that could be a game wrecker.
Yes.
As we like to call him. That guy that can disruptor. Kind of and be disruptive. He has to get into game shape and has to play himself back into that kind of moment. And once he does that, I think you're gonna see him get better and better as each game goes by, and all of that good stuff. So I think that's one of the things that we have to look for. I've been looking forward to seeing him play.
Yeah.
So it's been exciting. The last game was very exciting to see him out there, actually getting some push and creating a little pressure and all that good stuff. We just need everybody to get healthy and everybody to be out there all together in one unison to hopefully bring victory to Bobby Dodd once again.
Right. We just got to get good at that because these recruiting classes that are going to be coming down the pike are really going to lean towards the more favorable classes and the more wins that we put together out there on the field. And it's not just the fact of winning, but of course it's going to elevate the buy-in to what the culture has been established. Now, you know, we are accustomed to go into these games undersized, that type of stuff. See, that has changed now.
Yeah, it's changed. It's changed.
We are the bigger team tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's definitely changed.
We're the bigger team
Yeah.
on offense, and then our defense. So, Jamal Brooks, right? 305. Griffin, 276. Lockhart, 302. Lee, 308. Douse, 305. On the defense on Louisville, they're talking about 255, 305, 260, 270. I'm looking at somebody that's outside linebacker that's 225, 240. So automatically right away, we got some stuff going on. On offense, if you want to look at it that way, their defense, you heard the size of their defense. On offense, 330,
Yeah.
325,
Yeah.
307, 320, 310, 325, 305, 315, 310. Did I say a 2 or anything?
No, you didn't.
And that's all we talked about in the years past. So right now you're getting it done in the weight room, at the training table, and everything else. You're getting it done so far as your size and your ability. Now you just got to get it between this 7-pound thing between the ears, between the ears. That's what's got to happen right now. What we got? Anybody want to give a call into the show? Why don't we do that? Get a couple calls, and then we're going to actually have a special guest come on around 8:20 because we like to highlight the local businesses out here and what's going on out there to keep y'all together, because that's what community is all about. And so at the 8:20 hour, we're going to have Ms. Vita Woods come on and talk about her real estate career, okay, and what's going on out there. But so far as football, 470-412-0917. You like that 17 in there. I know that's what y'all like.
Here we go.
But that's the number to call right now to ask any question that you may have, or post it right now on our Facebook stream.
Go ahead
And let us know what's going on.
What's that number again, boss?
It's 470-412-0917. 0917. Give us a call and let us talk to you and see what your thoughts are. What's going on with our tight ends? Then Leonard really could be helping us. Okay, so Tim, things happen. COVID is here, and those type of things are causing disruptions every week.
Yeah.
And then, of course, little nagging pains, different stuff that happens. When we practice every week, we go live.
Yeah.
So sometimes those type of things cause injuries. So, but from what I understand is that I know we're definitely getting one of our Dylans back, and I think it's Devaney is coming back this weekend. But I think we're looking to have quite a few people return this weekend, Tim, so far as getting that out there. So hopefully we'll also have Dylan Leonard to help us out there as well. Are we using the tight ends enough?
Well, you really can't tell because
We ain't been
out there. You ain't been out there. Okay, you really want to kick a guy that really handle the ball a lot. I mean, the long snapper, Coco that handle the ball a whole lot.
Well, he put the work in.
He put the work in, yeah, but he's not your guy.
No,
come
he's
on
not.
now,
He's not.
let's be real now.
He's a supporter.
Yeah, he's a support guy. He's the number 3 guy on your depth chart.
That's true.
So he's above the line to play,
but he's number 1 in our heart.
Yeah. I mean, but let's just be real. I'm not here to malign anybody or anything like that, but let's just be real. Come on now.
Right. Now, what's up with number 3?
Number 3.
Yeah, on defense.
On defense.
He got your last name.
Oh, we gonna ball. When we get the call, we gonna ball, baby.
I think he's back this week.
I think he's back this week, so we should be all right. It should be all right.
Shout out to Trey Swillen,
Yeah, we should be
cornerback.
all right.
I mean, I just, but I'm looking at, and then when I look at the cornerbacks, okay, when I'm looking at the cornerbacks,
Yeah.
Trey Swillen on one side, and I'd like Tobias Oliver on the other. Now, can you tell me, because I have to admit, I'm not quite sure what Tobias has been doing over there, but I know he's been in the game.
Yeah, he's been in the game.
And it's been pretty quiet, so sometimes that means that you're kind of hanging out, you're doing your thing.
I mean, he's hanging in there. I think he's a guy that a Swiss Army knife can probably do a lot of different things.
Okay.
He'll probably, if he gets the opportunity to play at the next level, it would be at a secondary level. It would be at the secondary or something like that. I think from what I've seen, he doesn't get lost in coverage too much. He's a real smart guy.
Right.
I just need them to exhibit more ball skills than they exhibit.
Yeah.
And that's all. That's not just him, but it's all of them.
Yeah.
They don't have the ball skills that that I would like to see. From a
In particular, break it down. What type of ball skills?
I mean, high pointing the ball, finding number one, getting your receiver under control.
Let's go back to that, because I talked about that all the time. And Bubba, I know you watching the show right now, and Bubba knows who he is. Okay, but you get such an advantage over the defender or the wide receiver if you just high point the ball.
And high point the ball simply means what it says: catch the ball at its highest point.
At the highest
At its
point.
highest
Go
point.
get that sucker.
Go get it. And for one thing, I don't see that in this secondary right now. I see people when they're running to gain control of an opponent.
Yeah.
They lose for some odd reason. They lose him. We've seen it in one game earlier. I think it was UCF. A guy had a guy under control and ran past him.
And
so and next thing you know, it's touchdown. Okay,
behind you.
I mean,
What's up with that?
It's touchdown. So
wow. Well, we're gonna take a little break because I can feel us just kind of getting a little bubbly over here, and so we're gonna try to cool down a little bit. But this person is red hot. She's a real estate selling machine that gets that job done. Whether you're buying or selling your next home or commercial business, you should be delighted to help you out. This is a lady. Her name is Vita Woods, and she's joining us tonight on A Player's Perspective, and we're so happy to have her take a little time out of her schedule. Miss Vita, are you there?
I am.
What's happening? How you doing?
I'm great, always.
Well, I'm so glad you're able to join Ken Swillen and Tom Covington tonight on A Player's Perspective. This is the Player's Perspective Business Spotlight portion of our show, and we wanted to kind of we were looking around the city and we were just talking to people just on the street, Vita, and we just said, who should we call that's tearing up the real estate market right now? And they said, call Miss Wood. Call Miss Wood. She be the right person to call. And so, of course, I know you personally, and I know all the things that you do for your clients, and we're so happy to have you. Tell us about what's been going on with you, and give us a little insight about how you got started and what's happening in the real estate world right now.
Wow, that's great. The word on the street is to call me. I like whatever street y'all are on. That is awesome. So let's see. Starting way back in the day, so I have been licensed in Georgia, real estate 24 years, and it's always been a passion. I went to college for something totally different. I actually broadcast journalism with mass media as my background, but when I was in school, they were sending everybody to the war. At that time, it was the Gulf War. What was the thing? Desert Storm.
Desert Storm.
I was like, I don't think I want to do that.
Right.
So I quickly found a different career choice and went to real estate school. And after college, I moved to Atlanta right before the Olympics. So I've been here since then, and it has been wonderful. This is my niche. This is my purpose. I love what I do. I love helping people. I love investing in real estate. And the real estate game is the definite come up for people and anybody can get into real estate buying or selling. So I love to help people see that.
Well, Ken and I were just sitting here talking, and I said, Ken, I think she has more letters behind her name than the letter A. And I think that's the only one that's going to beat you. Tell us some of these designations and specialties and what they mean for your potential clients out there.
Okay, great. So I am really into continuing education and trying to do the best for my client, being the best that I can be. We get a license. We only have to have a certain amount of hours every 4 years, but none of the designations are required. So I started with GRI, which is a graduate of the Realtor Institute. That's basically the master's in real estate. So I got that behind my belt early on. And then I worked my way up to attaining the CRS, which is the Certified Residential Specialist, which is a PhD in real estate. That one took some time to get because you have to have experience, you have to have enough transactions, and you have to have the credentials and referrals to be able to attain that CRS, which only 1% of realtors have in the country. So that is great. It's a prestigious one. Then I'm ePro certified, which is one that is designated for those that use internet a lot in social media. I like to stay on top of that for my marketing, and several other designations that all it boils down to is I stay on top of my game. I teach classes, I help my clients, and I put my money where my mouth is when it comes to helping them move, buy, or sell real estate.
Now, I see one of your specialties is rent. Now, is that just collecting rent or what?
So I have a lot of investors that I work with, and they are investors with properties that I manage for them. So I work with the landlords on that side of the rental property. So I'll market for them, I'll find the renters, and I'll place the renters in their property and deposit the money into their account on a monthly basis. But from the tenant perspective, I don't work that end of it.
Right.
I work it from the landlord and an investment side of it. But yes, I do like to collect rent. Sure.
I was going to say, Ms. Rita, I was going to ask you for a little help.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Oh, man.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I mean, so that's phenomenal, and it just shows how much you care about what you do. It just lets people know that they've got somebody that is just not going to, take their money or just put their stuff and listing out there, because it takes a lot to sell a home these days, especially during this time. What has the COVID done to the real estate industry right now? And I mean, is it up? Is it down? What's going on right now?
That's a great question. So COVID has done a lot of different things. So from the tenant perspective, because I do work with landlords, obviously, we have a moratorium on eviction and things like that. So I try to find ways to help people. I stay in close communication with the tenants of my investors' properties. I think for the most part, if you keep an open line of communication and have a good relationship, everybody knows that things happen. You're not going to just throw people out in the street. Well, I'm not one of those. So as long as people let me know what's going on, or if they're going to be a couple of days late or a week or whatever, we can work that out. So that's from the tenant side. The buyers, you would thought that the world was really coming to an end. It has been extremely busy. I was thinking we were going to have a little bit of a slowdown or a little time for pause, but people are buying houses left and right, so much so that there's not even enough inventory to show them. So we're getting really creative, and I have a program where I have access to unlisted homes, so I'm showing people properties that nobody else has access to, which is great. So that way I continually have a plethora of buyers kind of in tow, ready, willing, and able. They already have their loans ready. All they need is to find the property. And then for sellers, because the interest rates are so low, it's still a seller's market. It's a strong seller's market. And I say that in the price range, $400,000 and below, the properties barely last a week at the most. I mean, it's hours for some of them. And then the high-end properties, I'm seeing properties $750,000, $1 million to $2-3 million. These people are paying cash for those houses. And I'm like, you mean to tell me you guys had all this cash the whole time? But because I work with all in varying degrees of people, I constantly try to find ways to provide service and items of value to customers and clients. As a matter of fact, I just came across a phenomenal service that I'm affiliated with called Build Genius. And with Build Genius, what we do, or what that company does, is allows people to upload their current bills, not mortgage, not revolving debt, not cars, but your cell phone, your T-Mobile or your AT&T, your cable, your internet, those sorts of bills that you have every single month.
Right.
And it negotiates on your behalf to reduce your monthly bill payment. And it's no out-of-pocket cost to the consumer.
Wow.
They're not asking you to change your service or go to a different carrier. So that is allowing a lot of people to reduce their debt-to-income ratio and qualify for a different home or a better home because now they've reduced their monthly debt.
Now, that is phenomenal. We believe in educating our viewers out there and all of our customers. And, we believe, especially here at the Covington Agency, that knowledge is power and know-how is key. But on a player's perspective, we highlight the best, and we're so thankful that you were able to share some time with us tonight. You've got about 2,000 people out there listening to you, and we got about 40,000 alumni all around the world here that want to know how to reach you, how to contact you. Let us know how we can do that.
Awesome. First, I'd like to thank you for having me on here and spotlighting my business. I truly, truly appreciate that. I love to be able to give back. You can find me on all social media at Vida Wood. That's B like Victor, E-D-A, last name W-O-O-D, or text me 678-860-3588.
That's so awesome. Thank you, Vida, for sharing your time with us on A Player's Perspective. We hope much success to you going forward. And we want you to stay safe out there, too, okay?
I am. Thank
all right.
you.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us. Give her a big applause, folks out there. You won't be able to hear him, though, Vida. That's the kind of thing we got going on. But thank you so much for being us, and have a great night, okay? I think she's gone.
Yes, she's gone.
Okay, good. So let's wrap this thing up, Ken. And we've got a big ball game tomorrow night.
Yes.
And I think it is. I think it's a very big one.
It's important. It's very important.
I think it's important for us to get to 2-2. I think it's important for us to be able to be 2-1. 2-1 in the ACC. And I think it's important for us as a program to show up and show out and represent well tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh, you're on national TV. I mean, you're pretty much one of the only things on besides the finals, the NBA finals. So
the Braves just swept today, so they're not
going to be on tomorrow.
Right.
So, this is an opportunity to brand the program again. To put the branding on the program.
Yeah, because we were Thursday night football.
Yeah.
And now since it's Friday, we might as well go on ahead and take that
Friday.
one too.
So you gotta win this for that particular purpose, and this is going to help you in recruiting. This is going to help you. They'll be swagged out. They'll be wearing their nice gear, and that means a lot to 18, 19-year-old kids.
It does.
Trust and believe. Right. So this is an opportunity and another opportunity for Georgia Tech to win a ball game, and not only just win the ball game, but to sell the program.
Right.
So we've got to take advantage of those moments.
Well, it's Cape Day, and it's also a precursor to the Hall of Fame induction.
Yes.
So shout out to Coach O'Leary.
Yes.
Shout out to yeah.
Who?
The other people. The other people that are going in. And,
shout out. Well, we can shout
Morgan Bennett. Okay, there you go. Morgan Bennett. Shout out to Morgan Bennett. That's right. That's right. Going into the Hall of Fame, blame it on my mind, not on my heart.
And on a bigger scale, we shout out to Joe Hamilton and Stuart Sink.
Okay.
For going into the Georgia Sports Hall of Fame.
Woo! Another trophy on the man. That's awesome.
It's good stuff.
That is awesome. Shout out to Joe. Oh my man, Joe from Alvin, South Carolina.
Yes, sir.
That's how big Alvin is.
Yeah, you blink it, you're gonna miss it. You definitely gonna miss it.
Well, good stuff, you all. Thank you so much for joining us for another week. We're looking forward to our Jackets to go out there tomorrow night and play well. You can count on us to follow up and give you the details and the what's what from a player's perspective right here. Facebook Live, YouTube live, Instagram live, Spreaker not so live. We'll get you there, but that's one you can go for your podcast. But Ken, I had a great time this week.
Yo, once again, as always.
Yeah. And shout out to my man Kim Jackson behind the glass in the booth, the engineer, orchestrating this thing, putting it down right here at Seven Springs Studio.
Yeah.
So we love y'all. Have a great night. Pass it on. Share. And we look forward to a Yellow Jacket victory tomorrow night. Have a great evening. Peace.
Are you experiencing fatigue? Can't seem to lose those unwanted pounds? Trouble focusing? Perhaps you need a really good detox regimen. Look no further. Begin your Tava lifestyle today. Visit kqtavana.tavalifestyle.com or call Queen Covington at 404-226-0973 for more info. Your health is your wealth, and it's right around the corner. Own it today.
Hello, this is Vita Wood of the Vita Wood Realty Network of RE/MAX around Atlanta, specializing in helping buyers and sellers realize their real estate dreams. Luxury home liquidation, bank-owned homes, short sales, new construction, development, resale, relocation, commercial, and property management. I guarantee to sell your home in 89 days or less at your price, or I'll buy it or take over the mortgage payments. Buyers, if I don't save you at least $5,000 on your next purchase through my VIP buyer program, I'll pay you the difference at closing. Call me today. Don't delay. Vita Wood. Start packing. 678-860-3588.